I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our Diego Simeone series. Right, so we managed to win 1-0 off Calgary against Celta Vigo, which is great. Today's episode is a 3-game episode. It's going to be Spurs, Villarreal, and Spurs. I mean, we could be in the Champions League semi-final after end of this episode, yeah. It's going to end of this episode. We could be cup winners and in the Champions League semi-final, which, who's actually left in this? The English team's always an issue, obviously, and you got PSG. But we're the only, the only Spanish team. Real Madrid are in it, but they're against City. I mean, they could win that actually as well. Let's see what happens. But yeah, today's game, then we're only going to have one player, that is Musiala, who is out with a muscle injury and should be back for maybe the second leg if we're lucky, but we'll have to wait and see on that. I think then today's team then is going to probably be, let's have a look at this. I think we have to then get Barella in. So the team is going to be Oblak in goal. The team is going to be Oblak in goal, Sinho, Lacroix, Skriniar, Reguilon across the back with DePaul, Koke, Barella, Andreas in the middle with Daka and Tammy up front. That seems to be a pretty decent strike force. And that seems to be a pretty good starting 11 for us in recent games anyway. Let's get into the game and see how we do. System manager says, got then press me okay. So Spurs going to play a 4-3-3 single pivot themselves with Kulevski on the right. So on the left with a pretty defensive central midfield pairing or trio, as it were. So that's quite interesting. I think we'll have a chance in this game. It's if these two can maneuver across and deal with the two advanced ones, and if Tammy can drop onto that pivot and stop them playing out. But I'm hopeful in this game. And we're underway. It's got two systems there next to each other. See how the boys get on in the game. So what's a good result here, do you think? I reckon a score draw will be good. Just so that we can score away from home against them. I know away goals aren't there, but just to have that ability to score against them away from home. I always get slightly more concerned if we were to not be able to score at all in the first leg. And Spurs going to have an overload. Well, not overload, but Tanganga's got the other side of the winger who's going to continue on here. And that is something that I'm thinking that we need to fix, to be honest. I don't know if this is the right game to do it. It's a god, Basuma. It's just, I feel like sometimes that the advantage I get from him being there doesn't really help. So it's more like, we tried that. Arda Turan. So last year when I, on FM21, maybe FM22, I can't remember which one it was, I think I had this pretty much as a base setup, and I think maybe that is the best way to go. I thought having him higher would get us enough out of possession on cautious, but would give us slightly better tactical positions when they are attacking us. They're in a slightly better position for us to be able to hit them on the counter, but I don't think that's really going the way that we want it to. I suppose I have a set piece here, so let's see now. So Andreas now is see how he's this is from a throw, so it's slightly different anyway, but we're hoping that he stays the other side of Tanganga a bit more, which means he'll be less of a threat on the counter, but we're probably going to utilise the two. This is my concern, is that he gets beaten anyway, and then he's not as good going forwards. That was always my concern with playing him there. They get the cross in, we clear it away, Barella heads it to Patson, Daka. How is he going to play on the counter? You see now, I don't really like what his position was, but we'll see how it develops. It's a couple of switches. I mean, that was the wrong pass 3 times in a row there. Are we going to get to this? Not sure we are. So he drops onto the central forward, drops to the pivot. That's pretty good positioning from the two strikers there. Puma's quite high, so he's got away with it a little bit. Son has on the left-hand side. Goes around his man. Cuts back. Easy, Reguilon, good. Andreas is going to get it, as he knows. He probably should have done. And it's a terrible missed tackle from Reguilon. Benzema has it, takes a poor touch, gets away with it, shoots, and it's nowhere near. Lanley has it, plays it into skip, back to Lanley, into Benzema. The two strikers are sort of occupying those areas pretty well. So, and just what are you doing, mate? Why is the striker going on? So this is my concern with it. Let's go back. So the left winger on the right back here, right? So he drops off in, fine. We're playing a low block. That's all good. That's okay. But in a low block, you don't need to stand right there. You can still be there, you know. You can still be there. So if it goes there, you can still initiate the press if you need to. Right now, what are you doing? If you're that far back, are you screening? No, because you're right in line with the same play. I mean, you're not really doing an awful lot. He's sort of screening this ball in here. If Romero was to travel it a bit more, but he doesn't place it there. So there he is screening a little bit. Nothing's really on, though. And he starts to travel. I don't think that... I think he could actually be a bit closer. This player doesn't need to go across. Tammy should really stay where he is. because they don't need to. Now there's two of them doing the same job, but this allows, like, if Tanganga just turns and passes in here, they're out. 2 passes, they're out, and those throughout the game. They force it in, luckily for us. Now they go back, and now we're sort of reset a little better. Now we could win it. No, now we're sat. Now that's okay. Look, he's got nothing. I mean, he's got that, and that's what you should be watching for, Barella. In a 4-4-2 here, you're waiting for this. Right, now you can start to step. No, should be stepping early, Barella. See, Barella and Real should be stepping onto that earlier to intercept it. Or at least a poor first touch, but he's won it anyway. Tammy Abraham's throws, he's going to score. Andreas misses it. Barella miles out, shoots, keeper saves, going to be a corner. That's probably the end of it. Singer has it, throws it to Barella. Barella plays it inside to Patstaka, who's actually onside. Tammy Abraham, see, like, what's Andreas doing? That is an unbelievable goal from Tammy Abraham, but I just want to pick out Andreas. So in that deeper run, that wide playmaker run, that Andreas is over there, right? And then ball goes there. So in that situation, what would you want your Arda Turan to do? One of two things: either come in here to get the ball into feet and then potentially play Daka, or drive in that space yourself and keep Daka on the outside. So you create like a 2v2. Or if Daka's going to come across, then you're going to peel on the outside, but make a run beyond so that it could be a ball through here, right? But to just sort of stand there, he's not part of the attack. That's a 2 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 2 versus 5, not a 3 versus 5. Because look at him, he's actually run away from it. And luckily for us, Tammy Abraham has been brilliant for us, and what a goal that is. So it tells us that potentially his position might be slightly better because they're not creating many chances anymore, that left-hand side. But is the role correct? That's the question we need to ask ourselves here. Say dig into the lads, and let's change him then to, I have to go for an attack maybe? But ask him to, like, travel with it, cut inside with it. And do you want to ask him to cut inside? Yeah, probably do. He can roam if he wants. Could do a bit of that. Yeah, let's see if he wants to do a bit of that for us on the left-hand side. So on 57, nothing's really happened. Barella's going to come off. Let's put on Carrasco on the right. Let's take off Rodrigo de Paul, maybe? Now, let's just do one change for now. Sindaka off as we're coming up front, I think. And let's throw on, I think, Saul on the left in the playmaker role. Keep Cook on the right. Tammy off, Moffy on. And Reguilon off, Ronaldo on the left back. Okay, late highlight here. Tottenham have the ball. They're going to go to Romero. Romero's going to have it and play it to Højbjerg. So we're watching. So, see, he's still got away from him anyway. We're going to win the header, though. Oh, no, we're not. Kane, goal. So he's still peeled off him anyway. That's disappointing. I'm not too sure what else we can do there. Because Andreas is on a attack duty, but on a wide midfielder role. So it's not quite, it's not quite winger attack or playmaker attack, and he's still gotten beaten by an overlapping fullback. So what do you do? What would you do with that? You could do man marking, yeah, but then he might go and engage high when you don't want him to. You could make him a support duty with winger support, but I think you want an attack duties here, ideally. Like I don't want him to be wide midfielder support, maybe defensive winger. But for me, Turan, he wasn't like a prototype winger where he's going to dribble down the wing and cross balls in. But you could play him in a winger role and put a number 10 player then, especially an inverted one, so right foot on the left, and have them play by travelling into the centre, then being creative from there. So you can recreate the Turan role without having to use a playmaking role. You could use a playmaker in a winger role, for example. We could do that's what we've been looking to do so far. But it's what do you do? Inverted winger support. He'd go quite central with that though. Is that okay? Maybe. Do you go with that? You could go with that. Let's try that. Well, I mean, in this game, do we want to try that? Because now we need to score. I think overly than what we normally do. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's see how it goes. He's still got rope in position. He's still got to take more risks. So he's going to be cutting inside. He's going to be quite central. He's going to be able to roam a bit more if he wants to. And he's going to be able to unlock more passes. That's going to be quite similar to the two-round role. And let's make that change. Oh, we can't make any subs. Okay, let's go with that. And let's go balance with it. Because we don't want to chase the game, but we don't want to just accept the 2-1 if we can. I want to try and get a goal that I'm going to expose ourselves in any worse defensively. Coming has it. You just want this off of a set piece. He's going to cut inside, dribble inside. Saul has it. Saul with options, many options if he wants to use them. There is Moffy. Surely he's got to score. He does. It's 2-2. Let's get the goal. Let's go cautious and leave it at that. Get in there. Come on. Yeah, great little ball across this after it was reworked. Moffy just stays onside on the blindside, as it were, of the centre-back. That's perfect centre-forward play, that is. That is from the coaching textbooks, that is. Get on the blind side of him, get the ball in the box, far post, right beyond him. And there's another highlight. We are uncautious, don't forget now. We are not trying to... we're not trying to go for the game. Singo's he's got options if he wants them. He's got him behind. So King's coming. He's through 1v1. Is he going to score it? Oh, wait. Oh, he's missed it, Jeff. Oh, I don't believe that. I thought he was going to score that. I thought he was going to score. Last minute corner. Koke whips it in. Near post head away. Skriniar gets to it. Plays it across. Hopefully Saul. Koke's onside. Cuts inside. Koke. Singo. Oh, is it the top of the net? Another highlight. Singo gets to it. Is it going to be a red card highlight? Could be one of those. Oh, hopefully not for us. Oh, how we caught up the pitch, lads? What are we doing here? Tottenham have got it. Can we bring him down? No, we can't. Goes across goal. It's, wow. It's annoying and hard and frustrating to take because we should not have been fucking caught up the pitch like that. Set piece, Carrasco throws it across. Koeman, 3-3. I think Lacroix was offside though in the first bit. If it's for Koeman, he's not offside. But if it's for Lacroix, he's offside. Yep. Finishes 3-2. Not great. Not great. I mean, if you look at the goals we conceded after we made those changes, those weren't out of possession. Like one was us in possession. I can't even call it transition. I suppose it was transition. It wasn't really the way that we recovered. It was just the way we were set in possession was too high. I wouldn't even call it a transition issue. That was more like an in-possession issue. Let's go with that. Yeah, that's disappointing. We'll go with that for the next game anyway. I'll see you in a few days for the Villarreal game in the Cup Final. Welcome back. So here we go then. We're going to play the Cup Final and we're going to have 7 subs for this game. Same team, I think we'll go with this again. There's a difference with the inverted winger. The inverted winger is going to position slightly more narrow than obviously the winger. But even as an inside forward, if it was high, the inverted winger is going to position themselves more in the half space first and earlier. It's more like operate here and attack central rather than start really wide and go central. If you're looking for somebody to start really wide and go central, you're looking for an inside forward if it's up here, or maybe like a winger attack if it's down here that's inverted footed, something like that. Yeah, but so this should go a bit more central, which Arda did pick up the ball a lot wide first and then sort of drifted central later, but we'll see how it plays. I've not looked at this yet apart from with you on camera, so for this recreation, let's have a look. Let's see how this plays. Right, assistant manager says this is about to really make sure we do okay. Fighting talk from Gabby, knows what's up. Having been in this style of football for a number of years. That team looks pretty decent. Happy with that. They're going to play a 4-3 on the back of 5 wins in a row. Okay. Corner for Atleti. Rodrigo de Paul whips it in. It's cleared away. Lacroix collects. Gives it to Singo. Singo on the right-hand side. Takes a touch. Almost loses it. Regains it. He's going to whip this in the box as he does. It's cleared away again. They go long. They can't be countering us. No. Okay, now reset. Now that's no longer a counter. We're back in our shape. That's how things should be. Ideally, you'd want him here and him back, but that is still from us losing the ball a little bit there, right? So they cut inside. You should be on Coughlin, really. He travels with it. I mean, we should be able to deal with this, really. We should be able to deal with this, and we don't. And it's 1-0 to Villarreal. Corner. Rodrigo de Paul whips it in. Tammy headed over. Singo's got a knock. I'm taking him off now and put Molina on. Molina throws it into Rodrigo de Paul. Plays across to Koke. Whacks it in early. Pats and tackle doesn't quite get to it. See, I feel like we're not creating as many chances on the left-hand side now. Like sat back there. They're going to play it to him anyway. Now he's overlapped him and he's sort of just let him go. Okay. Just watching this side, really. See, he's not watching him, is he? He's actually trying to go central now to compact the space. They get in anyway in behind. They score. They score us 2. Corner for Atleti. Rodrigo de Paul whips it in. Headed away. Andreas Molina whacks it across Rodrigo de Paul. Way over. After the deflection, of course. Just going to change Andreas to winger support. But we'll start off the second half on balance and with winger attackers Andreas for now. And I don't think it's going to be very long before we have to go to 4-4-2, and try and get back into the game. As they have a chance, it's going to be cleared away just about. Pedraza has it. Is it going to be another? It's going to be another highlight for Villarreal by the looks of it. Can't get any pressure on him here. They're going to play it through to Coquelin, who plays it across to Januzaj, gets tackled. We give the ball away there. Barella, how have you given it away? I don't believe what I've just seen there. Right, we're going 4-2-4. Set piece for Villarreal. They cross it in. It's headed away. Tammy's going to not quite get to it. He does now, though. Plays that into Carrasco, who does get to that just about and gives it away himself. Valero have the ball still. Coquelin plays it into Jackson, who's through. Black has the ball. He's going to... What's he going to do with this? He's going to hit up to Carrasco, flicks it into Tammy. Tammy gets tackled, loses it, and they just clear it long. We're going to get this. This should be our highlight at this point. Daka plays it across goal, doesn't quite get there. Oh my Christ. I don't believe what I've just seen. To say that I'm sick of watching this game is an understatement. What's the news today? What we got here? And there you have it. It's 4-0 to Villarreal. Yeah, not good enough. We've had to do halfway house with this, so we're going to play Andreas high as the winger attack like he was before. However, he's going to man mark the fullback. So, yeah, that's what we're going to try. Tottenham next. Yeah, apologies that, I'm a bit frustrated with... Wow, I'm a bit disillusioned with this team because they should be doing better than they are, especially defensively. There is no excuse for some of the stuff that I'm seeing. And there could well be 24 new players in the squads next season at this rate. So I'll see in a few days for the Tottenham game. Musiala is back from injury. He's fit enough to be on the bench, which is a good thing, I think, for us there. But not quite fit enough, I think, to start the game. So pretty much the same team's going to be out there again. Let's see what they can do. Probably not very much, but we even hope. Assistant manager says we need to step up our game in a bad run of results. Yeah, we do. When the assistant manager starts to say that, it's not going too well. Football 2 versus their 4-3-3. I'm assuming it is again. We'll find out now. Same again. Slightly, Douglas Luiz is quite a similar player again, isn't it, for them? It's quite interesting. Oh, sorry, it's Douglas Santos, not Douglas Luiz. Who, wow. Got to win this. Look at the state of that. We've got to win this. In the centre of midfield, Champions League quarter-final. Nah, come on, lads. Don't let me down here. Ryan Session is left back. Ollie Skip is CDM. Let's slow that back down a second here. There's nothing but good things that should be happening in this game. I'm telling you right now, lads. Don't you dare let me down. Okay. Regulon. Andreas on the left-hand side is going to get to it first. Puts it early across to Patson Zaka, who tries a goal that he would never score in his entire life. I don't think most other people would either as well. Hugo Lloris now has it and clears it long. We're going to get Lacroix on it. Rodrigo De Paul's got options. He plays a slide pass into Tammy Abraham, who goes through, scores 1-0. Let's go. Andreas has been pulled away from his position to man mark Emerson. Wow, do you mean he's doing his job? Assistant manager, do you mean he's actually doing his job but he's marking the fullback when he goes past him for once? Is that what you're telling me? I don't hear your nonsense ever again, Gabby. Don't even speak to me if that's what you're telling me. Don't hear it. Half time, we'll say scoreline doesn't reflect the pattern of the game. Probably should be a couple of goals ahead, really. We've scored over 1 XG and they've got a 0.11. We should have scored 1 probably then as well. But no, they've been battered so far. Let's watch them. Let's watch Andreas attempt to do his job. Does he do it? He's sticking with him. He's in a much better position to deal with it this time. Is he going to be able to stop the cross? He doesn't, but he increases the error on the cross, doesn't he? Makes that cross more difficult, but he balls it up anyway and they score anyway. So it doesn't really matter, does it? 1-1. Daka is off because he's borderline useless. And I think we'll throw on... I think some changes here. Well, let's put Barella CDM. Let's get Koke off. Let's throw on Musiala on the right. Let's get Patson Daka off and Moffy up front, I reckon. We'll go with that. And Singer's having a terrible game, so Molina can go right back as well. Highlight Musiala beats his man, goes on the outside, looks to cross the ball in, cuts back to Rodrigo De Paul. Moffy gets the header, clear header on goal. It's a good chance, really. That could easily have been a better header or a volley in a different highlight, situation there. If the strike was a yard different, he might try and volley that, or the header could have been slightly better. That wasn't actually a bad effort. That was a good little chance to create. I don't know what's going on the right-hand side here. Son's through, though. Plays it across. Basuma's far post, and that could have been a dangerous chance. Not gone for it yet. I'm going to put on 70 minutes. Yeah, we'll go for it now. We have to go 44. We need to get a goal, so it's going to have to be 44 for us. Right. I think we keep those two. I think the front four stay as they are. We could probably bring on a fresh midfield player. To bring on a little Saul. Do we do a bit of that just to give it freshness in the middle? And we could probably change the left back. Carrasco reckons he can go in there and do a job. Oh, I don't know. No, let's go Ronaldo. That would be my normal choice. I don't want to start getting too creative with that there. Just because he's right-footed and he'll cut inside with it and it might change to the chance creation type that we're looking for. So we'll go with that and hopefully that can get us a goal. Corner, Rodrigo De Paul it in. Skriniar heads it. I don't know what's happened and it's going to be cleared. It's good for another corner. It's probably going to be the end of the highlight, unfortunately, for us. We need to hope we can get one more. Yeah. What? Plays to Molina. Molina takes touches inside, plays to Rodrigo de Paul, who's got not too many options. He'll have to probably do this himself. He goes wide, whips it in. Andres at the far post, goes to Ronaldo, who's just come off the... Oh, what is that, Ronaldo? Come on. Professional football player, you are not. And Skriniar can't even tactical foul Kane. This is a shambles at the back. Wow, in transition and then at the back. Yeah, good save, God Black. Only good player in this team at the moment. Stays 1-1. We're probably going to get one more chance. We might get one more highlight. As long as this isn't a goal for Tottenham from the corner. I don't think it is going to be, but you never know. Davis has it. Douglas. Bentancur. Trying to time waste. Lads needs to get some more pressure on this. I mean, throw the ball at him. Molina, you think I was too harsh on team talks? I'll tell you what we can do. I'm going to decline that, and you can get transfer listed. How about that instead? Useless. Right. Yeah, I mean, the title race is gone, so there's that. It leaves us 8 games left. In the next episode, it'll be Barcelona because we're not going to know anything before that point. So the next episode will be Barcelona and then Bilbao. And we'll see if we're in a title race or not. I don't think we're going to be. It's been an extremely poor episode, hasn't it? We've got to be perfectly honest about it. It's been extremely poor. We've learned a little bit. We've learned that it doesn't matter whether he's there or there. We're still getting the same issues. So we're going to have to tweak this and try. I thought he did a lot better. For the goal, he actually was in a good position to defend the cross. He put a bit of error on it, and it was a second phase. So maybe we go stop crosses instead. We may funnel that too much towards the middle. How about neither? Let's do neither on cross engagement. Let's do that instead. Because I think that's where we are getting... That's why the right back was a bit too narrow, I think, and some of those issues might be coming from that. So let's actually just untick that and leave that the way that it currently is. And we'll go with that next episode. Yep, so next episode I'll see you for the Barcelona game. Hope you enjoyed the series still. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.